Hi, welcome. Today I want to show you how you can use Quix and Claude Code CLI together to develop new service. So here we have a simple project with a demo data source, which if we check the output topic of this source, we can see that we're getting data. And we're gonna use today the speed of the vehicle. We're gonna calculate every 10 seconds what is the min, max, and average of this parameter. So the first thing you're gonna have to do is to clone this associated Git repo of this project locally to your laptop in order to be able to use Claude Code CLI. So I have done that, and as you can see here in the Git client, I have that project locally cloned. So I can go to Visual Studio Code, and here I have my project. This is the demo data source we already discussed. There is a Quix YAML describing the project for Quix, and importantly, Claude MD file which describing the workflow and how to use Quix CLI in order for AI to know how to proceed. So with that, we can go and launch Claude here. And the first thing we're gonna do is to launch init, which will consume the Claude MD file and understand the workflow, the structure, and hopefully succeed with the prompts we're gonna give it next. Good. So now we are ready. So let's say, please create a service that will, called aggregator, that will consume data from topic raw and calculate min, max, and mean of column speed. Output data, maybe calculate for every 10 seconds. Output data to topic aggregates. Good. So now, because it has the context from Claude MD file, it should follow the workflow of Quix framework and hopefully create the service. It's using the template that we have for each type of the service. So we're gonna confirm the prompt. Lovely. So now it received all the important files of the template. Now it's creating a app.yaml file, which is important because it's described for Quix each service, its entry point and input and output parameters. Now it's composing the code for main PI. So it's changing the default template to what we ask the AI to do, which is basically a tumbling window of 10 seconds with aggregates. So now it's launching a local broker using a Docker Compose. This is a function of Quix CLI, which allows you to run locally Red Panda. You can also connect to Cloud Broker. This is really this option. It's realized that the pipeline is not running with the broker because I turned it off before this video, and it's launching it again using a Quix pipeline app command. So now if we go to Docker, we see that it's launched this project, and now Kafka is being set up. We can expect the UI as well in a second. There we are. So we have a console which we can check. We have now the raw topic and the aggregates topic already there. Amazing. So now it's telling us that the pipeline is running successfully and the both services are built and all containers are started. Now we're going to run the service locally, check the logs to see if there's no problems. So now it's correctly stopping the aggregator so we can run it locally. Otherwise they could have a clash with the consumer group. That's very clever. Now it's installing all the dependencies of this new service in our virtual environment. That's what you would normally do before you run the service. And now it's using Quix run to test this service against the data source. Now it's realized that it did a mistake in the code generation, and it's fixing itself. Now it's reading the docs about windowing. There we are, that's correct. So it's fixed the import. Now what is really important with AI is that you set it up to have this sort of loop. So you ask it to generate the code, but also to run it and check the logs, and if there is an error, going back and fix it. Otherwise, you could be chased in a loop of constant wrong results. So you need to give the AI a way to validate its code generation. Okay, so now it's running. it's looking good. It's creating a underlying changelog topic to support the state of the service, and we see it's calculating things correctly. Now we can go to our Red Panda console and check the aggregates and see when we're gonna get the first outputs here. And now we have here messages, and they look exactly how we would hope. So we have min speed, max speed, min speed for this 10-second window. Well, it's quite cool, isn't it? Now, we are quite happy with the result. We can see here in Quix YAML that the AI already added the service to the Quix YAML. Now it's still verifying the data in output topic. I mean, we can keep it running to the end, or we can just go and create a new terminal and say Quix pipeline app. Now this will now a part of this, so now we can end this, and let's kill everything there. Good. So now this will basically test that, not that our AI created the service correctly to run locally, but it also will test that the service will work in a pipeline. So then when we publish it to cloud, it will be working properly. So now if I go back to Docker Compose, you can see that the aggregator is in place, and now it's waiting for data. So I will restart the demo data source in order to get the data again and wait here, and there we are. We see it's working well. And now this means that if we go back to our Red Panda console, we're getting new messages here. Amazing. So now we are just literally one step from having this in a cloud running in Kubernetes. And this is the beauty of this approach. So now I'm going to go to Gitkraken, and I see what the AI generated. I'm going to ignore the state folder and put everything there. Use AI to generate a Git command, just because I'm lazy. And I'm going to push these changes to the Git. And now if I go back to Quix platform, this will detect there is a new commit, as you can see here. And it will offer me the synchronization process. And now it will add the topic and add the service to the pipeline. So now if we restart this service again to produce new data and check this service, now it's being built into a Docker image and then deployed to a Docker container. Oh la la. Starting now. And in a second, producing data to output. So now here we have the result. Mission complete. See you next time.